Hey, 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 hey. Hi. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's Tips or Tips on Tuesdays, where we are talking about different ways that parents can be more effective when it comes to our parenting. My name is Shaniqua. I am the founder of the Parent Resource Room, and I wanted to come on really quickly and just talk about 5 different ways where we can incorporate positive parenting into our styles. You know, you have some parents that are authoritative, you have some parents that are laissez-faire, you have some parents that are authoritarian, where like you are really strict with your rules. Authoritative is when you kind of mix and mingle the two, and then you have laissez-faire, where it's just like free spirit. You allow your child to make choices and do all the things. Not to say that any one of these are incorrect, but here at the Parents Resource Room, it's our desire to educate, equip, and empower parents to take learning beyond the classroom, right? And so it's not just a place where you're learning only inside of the 4 walls of a school, because let's face it now, right? We are not even in school. We're not in a physical building where we can say, oh my goodness, I can rely on teachers to really instruct these different ideas for my child. And so it's my desire, it's my goal to educate you, equip you, and provide you with some tools to make this a little bit more tangible, a little bit more easier as we grow through the process together. I am going to start shortly, but I want to invite some people. And then we're going to get started. If you haven't already, please join the private Facebook group where we share parenting tips and techniques with each other to grow together better. We are a community, and the goal is for us to learn from each other. And we can only do that if we take the initiative to actually share, to actually come together and discuss different techniques. And so I'm going to get started shortly. I'm trying to get as many people in here as possible because this information is good. And I believe, especially now in thinking about December and how we want to finish strong, these are some ways that we can do so. All right, so today we are talking about positive parenting. Positive parenting, right? So you have parenting where, of course, some of us had the ability to be nurtured into this role, where we have very supportive family members or parents that could initiate and show us the ropes. And then we have others of us where we didn't necessarily have that luxury or that privilege, where we had to learn to just be effective parents on the go. Like, our information was very practical and we had to learn by application. And so I'm here to support both of you because I am one of those, right? And so I have a little bit about me. I have an 11-year-old, brilliant, beautiful daughter. And I am raising my daughter completely different from how I was raised. So in the beginning, I talked about those different types. You have the authoritarian, and then you have the authoritative, right? The authoritative is you do as I say, and that's it. Don't question me. And then you have the authoritarian, where you still have strict rules. You're very stern in instituting boundaries, but you allow your child to have some choice. So I'm more so that type of parent. Whereas, my mom, she did the best that she could with regards to the tools and strategies that she had. And I know, based off of the experience that I encountered, that it made it easier and more adaptable for me to be able to take on a different perspective, a different way to actually function as a parent. And so I'm going to share some details and techniques that you could utilize on this journey of being an effective, a better parent. Isn't that the goal? The goal is for us to be better parents. And so I'm excited to jump right in. So the first thing is we need to catch our kids being good. I know it's very easy to catch them doing something that you want them to fix, or catch them doing something that they need to necessarily remediate. But getting to the habit or the practice of catching your kid doing something good. Because what you're doing actually is you're reinforcing the positive behavior that you want to continue. So if you continue to shout out and highlight all the things that they are doing well, you increase the probability of it continuing. So the first tip is catch your kids doing good. And when you catch them, celebrate them. Remind them how proud you are of the accomplishment that they've made by catching them doing good. That's the first tip. Second tip, set limits and be consistent with your discipline. All right. So that means boundaries. Okay, so if you tell your child at 8 o'clock you need to be in bed, ready for school, or getting ready to go to bed so that you can be up for school, be consistent with that. Don't waver because some of our kids are really great with trying to coerce us to do otherwise, right? Mommy, my daughter, can I stay up a little bit later? No. The rule is that you're going to bed at 8 so that you can have a great amount of sleep to be ready for the next day. All right. So set limits and then be consistent with your discipline, and not discipline as far as being punitive, but discipline with structure, your regimen and routine. Often our world shines the light on that word and it has a very negative connotation. But if you flip your mindset to think about it differently, it actually helps you, right? So if I am a parent and I am being disciplined, I am structured, I have a regimen, I have a routine that I am facilitating and reinforcing with my child. All right, that was step 2. Step 3. Or tip 3, not step 3. Tip 3 is make time for your kids. I know making time for your kids is extremely important. Why, you say? Especially now where we are longing for a human connection because we've been quarantined and we've been isolated from large gatherings where we can interact with people. And so making sure that you are intentional with your time is going to be key in fostering a positive parenting relationship with your child. Make time. And so I am consistently busy I am a doctoral student getting ready to graduate. I am a school leader. I'm an author, and I have 3 businesses. But none of those things will ever become a priority over me making the time and being intentional about spending and creating moments with my child. All right. And so whatever way you do it, I created in our schedule where we have scheduled dates on Saturdays to do different things that we've already outlined and created in a calendar to execute, right? And so these are the things that I did to be intentional about spending my time with her, because I know that I have other things that that have to get done. However, being intentional about my time helps me prioritize and put those things in motion and in play so that my child doesn't feel neglected and we can continue to foster a positive relationship. The 4th tip, make communication a priority. I know this is a really, 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 really big one, because this can either make or break your relationship, whether it becomes a positive relationship or a negative one with your child. Making sure that you communicate the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. It is extremely important that communication is your lifeline. It's like your bridge, is your connector with your child. They need to feel comfortable to come to you, to speak to you about anything. And you only can ensure that by keeping communication open. And so it's not where you're only communicating the good, you're talking about the bad and things that can be reinforced or remediated. You're creating opportunities for reflection. You're talking and creating memories through those conversations, keeping communication open. Think of communication as your bridge, your connector. That is what you can use to ensure that the relationship with your child is continuous. Because when you think of a bridge has the opportunity to create a space for you to move from A to B or to go to and fro. That's how you want your communication to be. A process where you have a listener and you have a speaker. It's a dialogue. It's an opportunity to hear, to listen, to respond, to comprehend, to converse. So make communication a priority. Then the last one, the fifth tip. The fifth tip. Be flexible. I mean, look at the times that we're in. Things are different. Very different from how they were in 2019. But I've flipped my mindset to actually appreciate the fact that things are different because, yes, there have been some unfortunate situations. Many people have lost their lives. Families have been shifted around because of our current pandemic. And it's also forced us to slow down, to really take into account what we value, what we appreciate, and what is important to us. And so in being flexible, you have the ability to actually sit and watch, to observe, to reflect, and to create memories and experiences with your family and your children that you can relish in for years to come. And so those are the 5 tips for today for positive parenting. I hope that you're able to take one of these or all of them and utilize them in this month. Practice makes permanent. Remember, we're not looking to be perfect. We are looking to deliberately practice these different tips and techniques. Why? Because we want to grow together better. It's about being an effective parent, not just the best parent, but about being the effective parent. Hi, the behaviors. Thank you for joining. I'm actually wrapping up my 5 tips. And so just to quickly go over them, the first tip is catch your kids being good. Second tip, set limits and be consistent with your discipline. And remember, discipline is not punitive. Discipline is structure. It's a regiment. It is a routine. The third tip, make time for your kids. The fourth tip, make communication a priority. And the 5th tip, be flexible. I hope that you finish this month strong. Yes, we have almost 3 weeks. This is the brand new start of a new month, a new mind, a new concept where you can employ these different techniques. I am super excited to partner with you as your liaison, as the parent resource room where we can continue to grow together better. If you haven't joined the community, our private Facebook group, the link is in the bio, and we can't wait to see you there where we share more tips and techniques. Please, please, please share with all that you know, anyone that you feel can benefit from positive parenting. I look forward to seeing you on the next Tips on a Tuesday. Until then, have a terrific week, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.